Here is Barkley. Left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley. Goodbye. Dunk it in. Doncic. 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back. Karras the snap. Moss the block. Burrow going deep. He's got him. Touchdown. Ja'Marr Chase.
LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good. Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore.
Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you are having any troubles on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, YouTube link is down below. So keep that in mind if you're having any troubles on X today. Let me give my likes my shout outs to my likes and my retweets. Already got people tapping in. Ross, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the retweet. Matt George, appreciate you tapping in. Night Fox, appreciate you tapping in. Mom Who Bets and Jeff Reed, appreciate all the likes, appreciate all the retweets. Appreciate you guys for tapping in bright and early if you're not on the East Coast. Matt George, appreciate the retweet. Yes, we are back. So let's recap yesterday first. 6-3 overall. Now, I do believe one of those was a late ad after stream in the Discord. Maybe? Yeah, I added Luke Cornett late, but if you paid attention on stream, I said I was going to do that if the line moved to 15.5. The line started to move to 13.5, so I just went ahead and played the 14.5. That cash, I think he finished with 12, maybe even less. Jaylen Brown obviously had the 42 piece. What else? Jalen Brunson missed. That was a bad read. That was my worst read of the day. Karl Anthony Towns was close. I would probably play that one again. Jaren Jackson Jr. sweat-free. Fox really worried me, but he got there, no issues. The first half was awful. He started the game with a missed layup. I was worried, but we got there. Chet, we got there. Anthony Edwards was a bad read in the sense, like I knew he could get there, but I didn't think he was playing 40 minutes. I mean, we spoke about that. Game went into overtime. We were cooked once that happened. Once the Pelicans were up at half, I kind of knew we were cooked there. Montana, I would recommend checking on X or checking on YouTube. The YouTube link is provided below. X was acting funny. I was trying to be on one of my buddy's spaces today, and X was acting up. So I would check out the YouTube link posted from the Sharp Side down below. I do have a Discord. I'll post it in here today. Good morning. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. If you guys are having trouble on X, I would recommend checking out the YouTube. Hopefully we're getting better results over there on YouTube this morning. Okay, well, I did run Norman Powell, so while we're here, I might as well talk about it. I do have a write-up ready to go that I'll post right after stream. But I ran Norman Powell over 19.5 points, minus 125 at FanDuel. Nas, appreciate you tapping in. And John, appreciate the likes and the retweets. Really do appreciate y'all helping me grow. We've been absolutely crushing, so I do appreciate y'all helping me grow. Big thing I focused on with Norman Powell here, the 19 plus, is the volume. So I'm looking at 15 plus attempts, which he's done in each of the last two with Tyler Hero. 15 and 18 is what or 16 and 18. I'm sorry, is what he's recorded in those two. He did have 11 in Hero's first game back, but why I'm not worried about the volume here for Norman Powell is because Miami just plays with a pace. They're up and down the floor. The ball's not sitting in one person's hand too much. Honestly, I think Hero had a tough time with that adjustment in the first game and did hold on to the ball a little bit too much. Norman Powell also saw slightly reduced minutes in that game. But yeah, I still love him in this spot. So let me go ahead and get him into the banner. We've also cashed on Norman Powell over whatever multiple times this season. So he's been really good to us. I feel really good about my Norman Powell reads. So that's where we stand now. Still like this 20.5 plus money. It's an alt line. If you go to the alt 20 plus, it's minus 125. I think that's similar in value. Yeah, Dave, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Appreciate the engagement on everything, y'all. Yeah, 6 and 3 day yesterday. Let's keep the climb. Let's keep the climb. Let's get back to the first game, Denver versus Indy. So we've got Jokic day-to-day, Jamal Murray day-to-day. Let me go see if I've got any updates on that from NBA Underdog. P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford are president shoot-around, so we've got that. Denver, okay, Jokic is probable. Jamal Murray is an actual questionable. Jokic is probable. Just one game without Jamal Murray this year, and it was actually versus Indiana, who they play again today. 32 points in 31.7 minutes, 14 boards, 14 assists. Wow. Yeah, the assist should be easier to come by without Jamal Murray. Usage should go up a little bit. Yeah, that line's 10.5. Pace as well. Maybe an under threes. I'd want under 2.5 for a better price. Nothing for me on Jokic. Nothing for me on Jokic. Jay Huff could be an interesting spot. Even the 3+ is a little interesting. I like over 2.5 if you want to put this in a threes lay. I do think he probably gets a couple off versus Jokic. How many minutes did he play in that last matchup? Just 15. I think his minutes are going to be higher in this one than it was the last time these two teams faced. So lean over Jay Huff's threes. Oh, one thing I do want to shout out, Props.Cash does have play type data. It's not on the mobile site, but it is, or no, let me rephrase. It is on the mobile site. It is not on the Jarris Walker unders. We're going to look into it. It's not on the desktop site, but it is on the mobile site. So I'm going to go look at this. Jamal Murray. They're 20th versus pick and roll ball handlers. He's scoring about 41% of his points from there. Interesting. Denver. Slight lean over Jamal Murray points. Definitely lean over his assists. They are 5th in assists allowed per game, though. We'll look at that when we get to Atlanta. Who does Atlanta play? Is it Washington? They just play Washington. Have to look into it. Jamal Murray, I do lean over points, assists, PAs. Could be a blowout, though, especially if he goes. Honestly, I like the assists better, but it is a pretty good team. They play the Clippers, good looks. It is not that the Pacers are a good team, but they're 5th in assists allowed per game. Damn, it looks green now. Lean over. Justin Made, you're probably going to have to go to YouTube, dog. You're probably going to have to go to YouTube. YouTube link is below. X is acting up today. I recommend everybody go to YouTube. And while you're there, like and subscribe. It's free to subscribe. No, they struggle versus pick and roll ball handlers. Models at 24 points and 7.2 assists. So yeah, we would be on opposite ends here. Lean over, pretty confident that I lean that way. I'm definitely not running it, but we lean over PAs, like the assists more. But all that being said, just a lean for me there. Pretty decent at running people off the line as well. I think it could be a good spot for Cam Johnson, but it's not a spot I really want to back him in. I think he's good for 15. I think he also could hit 2 or 3 threes. So nothing official on Cam. Nothing official on Cam. Jarris Walker is interesting because we've cashed on him multiple times this year. That being said, model is opposed to the unders today. It's actually leaning over every single stat individually. 29 minutes in the last game, 26 plus. Yeah, that shit's green as fuck, even at 24, 25 plus. So I got to stay off of Jarris Walker. Model leans over. I'm not confident in the minutes, though. Let's talk about Pascal. Lean under PAs. I do lean under PAs. It's not like a huge edge. Really like the assists more than the points. Are there any 4.5s out there at a decent price? All right, just putting that little disclaimer out in front because I'm getting some messages and stuff about the stream not working. If you can hear this and you're on X, I do highly recommend tapping in on YouTube because it seems like John and everybody on YouTube's not really having any issues. So I do recommend, Justin, I do appreciate the likes and the retweets, though. Desmond as well. Chef, I appreciate the like. Brett and Clips, I appreciate all y'all. If you're having troubles on X, I do recommend jumping over to the YouTube. You'll probably find more success there today. I lean under Pascal assists. I'd rather play a juicy 4.5 under, not at 245, to be fair. Yeah, I'm staying off of Pascal's assists. Lean under, though. Bennedict Mathurin. So my model does lean under. I make this 18 points. Lean over is assists, but I'm exactly at 2.5. You can just play it at plus money. Let's go shop Mathurin a little bit. I do lean under his points, which is hilarious. We cashed his points over. We've kind of timed him really well. We've cashed when his overs are cashing, and we've cashed the unders when the unders are cashing. We've timed Bennedict Mathurin fairly well. Yeah, I'm running it. I'm running it right now. 125, 124 at Caesars, 125 at MGM on Hard Rock, 128 at FanDuel. Would smack one of those spots, 129 at Rivers. NBA, Matherin, points, over, under, bam. Okay, good. Got that in, got that out. Let me add it to the banner. Let me just add this to the banner as well. I released this earlier. Bam, bam. All right, moving on. Benny unders are good. What's Peyton Watson overs look like? I do like Peyton Watson overs. There we go. Yes, sir. I do recommend anybody trying to watch on X, jump over to YouTube today. Twitter, X, whatever. It's acting up today. So I do recommend jumping over on YouTube. You're going to find a lot better success there today. Do recommend jumping over on YouTube. I like Peyton Watson over everything. Yes, I do. Let me go to the props.cash mobile site here. Okay, something I think that's very interesting to note is props.cash has the play type cut percentage, which a lot of others in the industry don't have. I don't think anyone else in the industry has. So that is pretty cool. They moved LaMelo's line. Let me see if I can find you at 20.5. See if anyone's slow. Damn, no. Oh, yeah, Hard Rock's the only one. It looks like everyone else has moved. Can I get a link to your YouTube? Thanks. Montana, it's right below what you're watching. It's posted by the Sharp side. It says YouTube link. It's right below that. You should be able to see it. I can't post comments from here to X, but the Sharp side, which is my media, whatever page. Yeah, Hard Rock's still at 20.5. So if you have Hard Rock, smack that. And then even if FanDuel, if you got to buy up to the 130, I would rather play like a 132 than the 19. Pretty specific to him. All right. Yeah. Peyton Watson. Am I running this? I think I am. He had 24 PRAs in the last matchup, 16 points. Yeah, let's run Peyton Watson over 112 at Rivers. You can run the 130 at FanDuel too. Looks like DraftKings is your only book that's at 14.5. Everywhere else is 13.5. Yeah, definitely fine. Definitely fine. Definitely fine. Definitely fine. All right, moving on from Peyton Watson. Honestly, it's probably going to do it for that game. Let's move on to Portland versus Cleveland. Cleveland is on a back-to-back, but this could get ugly. 10.5-point favorites. Garland should go. He missed the last game, right? Yeah. I think that was just rest. He should be able to go sit the front half of a back-to-back. I think Allen's got about another week before he's back. Ball's a game-time decision. Holiday's still out. I know my model really likes Danny Advia over everything. And at what point do I just play Darius Garland's assists and quit talking about how much I like it and don't bet it? Portland is tied with Cleveland, 7th in assists allowed per game. Donovan Mitchell's assists. This feels like one of those lines I fucking shove, get great value on, and then it sells on me. I lean over. If you have Rubber Band Rah, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like and the retweet. Mitchell assists. If you got a Hard Rock, run it. And if you don't have Hard Rock, it's gone. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. I got to run Garland's assists. I mean, they're 7th in assists allowed. Is he still coming off the bench or did he start last game? Is he still off the bench? Rubber Band Rah, appreciate the likes and the retweets. Sengun we'll get to, and then Mitchell's in this game. We'll talk about Mitchell. Sharp's still off the bench, yeah. That's what I thought. I was just making sure. All right, they're 23rd versus pick and roll ball handler, 28th in transition, 28th in free throw, 21st in ISO. What's the Garland line on Hard Rock? $125. The line I was talking about was Donovan Mitchell's assist. Donovan Mitchell's assist over. If you have Hard Rock and can lay the 125, that's a great bet. Otherwise, it's moved too far. Let's circle back to Donovan Mitchell's points, though. I think I got to run Donovan. I'm at 31.22. I think I got to run Donovan Mitchell's over. $114 at FanDuel looks like the best number. I think I gotta run this. Let's go look at some historical players that can play off the dribble a little bit. Like a Vassal, who went way over his line. It's like the Dollar General brand. Norman Powell, 22. They do no pick and roll stuff, though. Quickly, 23s. I think I gotta run. The only reason you don't run this is you think, yes, sir. Hey, if you having any trouble, bro, I would recommend checking it out on YouTube. Twitter's been messing up, so I'd recommend giving it a look on YouTube. Damn, that was a sweat. I saw you in the Discord. That was a sweat. I don't know why it isn't 31.5. That's actually what about I make it. I make it 31.2. So, yeah, you're 100% right. Bottom, bro, the game line is 241.5. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pace. I definitely like Mitchell up to at least 30. Like I said, I make it 31. I think I do run this. I think he could cash his PA lines literally on his points. All right, like I said, this man's respected coin all year. I'm going to FanDuel and I'm going to half a unit. No, I'm not. I'm going a whole unit. Check Cade PR, Will. Denny, I do lean over. I'll try to look into it a little bit more. You took Cade Peyton first quarter. Not mad at that. Like the full game. Not mad at that. Where I'm going to FanDuel to bet this. Let me go FanDuel bet this. NBA. Cleveland, Portland. Player points. Points over under. See all. Bam. Bam. Got it. Yep, definitely like Donovan Mitchell over 28.5 points. All right, moving on from Donnie. I honestly, I do like Denny, and I do like Kalingan's double-double. What did Denny do last night? Because we or maybe 2 nights ago, we talked about a double-double sprinkle. Fucking shit. I should have bet his double-double last game. I should have smacked. It's a terrible matchup for Denny. Like, Cleveland's a really good defensive team. I mean, they're 12th in points allowed, though, so it's not like they're the greatest, but they're good still. Struggle versus catch and shoot, struggle versus ISO, great versus pick and roll man. Denny's a tough one, but I lean yes. It's also a big spread. He's kind of got shit on in the games they've got shit on, huh? 10.5 points on the road, back to back. I'm going to stay off of Denny for all of those reasons. Back to back on the road, difficult matchup, blowout potential. Just doesn't sound like the spot to back and over. At least Cleveland's in a home back to back. You know, they're still at the crib. Honestly, it's a beautiful matchup for Donovan opposed to a difficult matchup for Denny. So, yeah, I'm going to stay off of Denny. I don't have an opinion here, but if this were like 16.5, I'd run his under. If it were like 16.5, I'd run his under. Not interested at the current price. I need to be at like 16.5, 17.5. And on the counter side, I'd probably want to be at like 12 or 13 before I really got interested in that over. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything while I'm going through here. Odd via assist, yeah, as I said, I don't like that's in the next game. I already played the full game, Mobley's threes. Off the top of my head, I don't hate it. We'll look into it a little bit more, though. 8th verse spot up and 8th verse above the break. Okay. Historical lines. Well, he's really playing the 5 with no Allen. Turner had 3. A little more stretch than Mobley. Draymond 2. Vooch 5. I'm leaning yes. Model 157. Are we plus with the odds? We're plus with the odds. I do like it, man. It's definitely not a layup. It's definitely not a layup at plus money, but I can support Evan Mobley's over absolutely. Clingan double-double is in this game. We'll get to Cade when I get to that game. I like Clingan double-double. I like it with no Jared Allen. This is one I spoke on yesterday as well about taking the double-double. Him and Denny both got it. I'm sick. I fucked around and threw. Who sold Scotty? Scotty sold. Scotty had, I can't remember. It was 12-2-2 going into half. Drummond cashed. And who the hell else? I think it was Clingan low-key. It was Clingan low-key. What did Scotty finish with? I never went back and checked. 28, 7, and 7. I like Clingan double-double at plus money, dog. This is ESPN, old ESPN. FanDuel's not up, so nobody knows what to do. Allen's out. Could low-key be a rest spot, man. I mean, if Mobley sat, it would surprise me but not shock me. It would surprise me but not shock me. Oh, no, they're off of 1 day's rest. I swear I bet on – okay, no, that was 2 days ago we bet on Donovan Mitchell. My apologies. I thought that was last night. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. They've got a day's rest. So, yeah, Mobley's not sitting. Mobley versus Clingan. Oh, FanDuel does have it open at plus money? Okay, yeah, everybody's at plus money. Okay, good looks. One less without Jared Allen. And then, yeah, I said that 8th above the break and 8th catch and shoot. Kind of crazy. You probably I know the YouTube comments are slow, though. Scotty had 0-0-0. Damn, bro. I didn't even realize that. First time I checked in, I think it was like end of the first maybe, and he had like 2 assists and 1 rebound. So yeah, good looks though. I really like Klingon double-double. At plus money, I think it's a good look. There was another plus money request y'all had. Oh, Mobley. Yeah, that one's tough, though, because they are good from above the break and spot up. What about Jeremy Grant here? If you remember, if you were tapped in with me last year, maybe even 2 years ago, it's definitely with Portland. We used to crush his, 16.5. We used to crush his 16.5. It's 19.5 now, a lot less enticing, but we used to crush his 16.5. Shaden Sharp, what are they doing with his minutes? All right, he ran 30 last game. He's coming off of an injury. No days rest. Is he questionable? No, he's not. All right. And that was a 30 ball last night, or 30 minutes. Yeah, 23 points. I know my model's going to say fucking run it. Oh, I got to go into the back end because he's not in the starting lineup. 1 second. Portland. $14.71 points. What's market? Wow, no, I'm way under. Why is that? Oh, I probably have him on a minutes limit. I do have him on a minutes limit. Let's bump that up to, is 30 fair? I think 30 is fair. That gets me closer to market. Okay. All right. I'm going to stay off of it. If you think he gets any extra minutes on 30, it's a good play to the over. That being said, back-to-back, fresh injury, probably doesn't get extended much. So lean over, but nothing official there. Let's move on to the next game, San Antonio versus Orlando. We did cash a Luke Kornet PR under last night. Don't know that it's, the same matchup today. And we're getting a worse number. So, yeah, going to have no interest in that number. De'Aaron Fox, 25.58. We did cash his over last night, even though I'm going to be honest, it looked ugly off rip. Now we're getting a 25.5. Probably wouldn't run this unless it was 24.5. I'm at 25.58. I'd really want to be 23.5 to play it today. Assists, I come in at 6.62. So I lean over a little bit because it's plus money, but it's not normally the spot I'm trying to attack. I do like Devin Vassell overs, which I think we talked about but did not play yesterday. Good. He only had 12 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. I do make it wow. I make it 21 points. I definitely don't like that. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Last 10 averages 21. I guess the last 5 averages 23, but he looked bad last game. So, yeah, I'm going to stay off of Devin Vassell. Model definitely leans over, though. I mean, let's go here, and then let's go here, and then let's go here. Averages 19.1, and I'm still slightly over that. So I lean over Devin Vassell. My model does. I don't really love the lean, though, so I'm going to stay off of it. Model definitely leans that way, though. Barnes, I come in at about 14 points, so we can talk about his over 12. I'm also at about 2.5 threes, so we can talk about his over threes. Likes the RA as well. Let's just take a look at Harrison Barnes here. Without Wemby, without Castle, 23, 16, 11. Boards have looked great. What do the chances looked like? Some really good, some good conversions. Orlando is. Let me check something out here. Wrong button. Don't want this. Bear with me here. I just want to double check something. Actually, shit. Okay, yeah, they have him at 7th in rebounds allowed. Okay, so I'm showing a 3-way tie for 7th in rebounds allowed. That's okay. Just making sure that's fair. Let's go to the market now and check on a Harrison Barnes over. And also, I want to write this down. Definitely would be a good lay piece. Donovan Mitchell's over assists, 5+ is a good lay piece. Just got too far away for me to bet it straight. Barnes and Mitchell. I want to look at a Barnes assist. Rebounds, my apologies. It was assists for Donnie. Rebounds, 3.5. Even money. Got an even money at DK. I do lean over here. As I said, though, they are 7th in rebounds allowed. 23rd in three-point percentage. Are they matched up this season? I don't think they have. No. Three-point attempts, well, let's actually just look at this season. Okay, yeah, hold on. That might be false. Okay, three-point attempts have gone up almost 1 this season without Wemby. And they've stayed pretty static to that without Castle, albeit it's like maybe 1 game. I lean over Harrison Barnes threes. Juicy price, but you could pair it with somebody's threes here. I liked at 1.5 as well. Jay Huff. I do like a Jay Huff, Harrison Barnes threes parlay. You could definitely lay those two. Definitely would like that. Would reduce risk, but like a quarter unit, something fun if you wanted a threes lay. I like that. I like that. Also, we need to keep in mind there is a double boost on DraftKings. Whoever requested Klingon, love that. Love that. Love that. Also could get behind, yeah, Barnes and Huff's threes. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Someone asked about Tristan da Silva's threes. I think it's been fairly green without Paolo. Kind of fallen off the last couple. Those first without Paolo, he was going stupid. Kind of fallen off over the last 4 as the volume's fallen as well. Minutes and volume both. I'd probably stay off Tristan da Silva. He was crushing that right after Paolo went down, but that's kind of fallen off of a cliff since then. Desmond Bane. Let me go to the mobile app real quick. Yeah, like my X, I just got updates, but I have to close the whole thing down. So if y'all are watching on X by, some grace of luck, make sure you jump over to the YouTube at Profit Props, I believe. And I've got the link down below as well because X is acting a fool. CP3 washed. Yeah, okay, I got that. Rubber band rah-rah. Appreciate y'all for real. No new NBA. I'm not seeing any new NBA news. That's really what I'm here for. Duncan Robinson, president shoot-around. That's the only thing. All right, we move. Desmond Bane projections go here. I'm way over the points. Definitely over the boards as well. Do we want to talk about a PR? Going to the Prop Stock Cash Mode app. I'm going to Bane. They're 10th versus pick and roll ball handler, but they're 28th versus spot up. What's his 3-point volume been recently? Not scared away off of that, especially if we're at a volume of around 5 or 6 plus money. What is... I do like Desmond's threes in a builder. I don't like it enough to go straight, but I do like Desmond's threes in a builder. What's the spread in this game before I divulge into it too much here? Spurs, Magic, 8.5 Magic at home. I do lean over Bane just about everything. And that makes me feel good because I lean under a Franz assist very strong, and then PA's got some possibilities. Let's go look at Franz unders. San Antonio 16th in assists allowed, so it's not like it's anything crazy for real. Under in 6 of the 9 without Paolo. Some of those are reduced minutes, but they come in as 8.5-point favorites. I mean, the price on this is crazy. That's if you got a, yeah, okay. So it's really 3.5. Okay, my apologies. I still lean under the 3.5. I just didn't think it was as cut and dry as I'm looking at right here. Let's go look at a PA number. Looks like it's painted 28.5 here on the PAs. Friends, points plus assists. Yeah, it's painted 28.5. I do lean under here as well. What do I make this number? Friends, points plus assists, 26.86. It's just over where I want to be. Want to be at about 26.5. I make the standard deviation on this number 4.64. Lean under Franz very strongly. Let me go look at the mobile app here again. Friends, let's go PAs, and then I want to see play type. Okay. So they've actually defended fairly well versus small forwards. First in transition, 4th in free throws, 10th versus pick and roll ball handlers. Yeah, I would say it's a much more difficult matchup for our boy. 8th inside the restricted area. Yeah. I'm going to run the Franz PA under. I mean, Desmond Bane's not questionable or anything like that, right? That would be like my big fear. I guess low key, I do want Barnes in this game. I don't think he's like some great defender, but he's also not just an awful defender. Like he's all right. You feel me? So I want Barnes in there. I don't think I lose this. All right, I'm coming back to the end of stream. This could be a late ad, just as I said. Oh, who was the late ad yesterday? Luke Cornett. Thank you, Luke Cornett. Next request. Barnes, we got Kalkbrenner. Probably just staying off that joint for real. Patadze, Goga, huh? Minutes have been short. They're really, really good inside the restricted area. Been rebounding his ass off, though. Bro, you know how much I hate to play in under 6.5 points? Like, value's value. I get it. I'm the one that'll get up here and tell you, you know, you can bet minus 150s if that bit's supposed to be priced minus 222. You feel me? Like, so if a line's 6.5 that's supposed to be 2.5, I got to play it. What do I make it? Where are my Orlando projections? I think I forgot them, and they're all the way at the bottom. Nope, that wasn't that game. Here it is. I make Batadze. Nah, I gotta stay off of it. I actually make that joint 8 points, so I'm chilling. 8.6 boards. I'm chilling. 8.6 boards. I'm chilling. Chilling there. Don't do it. I was just curious. I got it. You know what, bro? I think you would be surprised to one thing Props.cash is doing, I think, better than like any of their competitors. If you go onto the mobile site, now I know other companies have the chart where you can see where players are scoring from, but to my knowledge, you can't go look at those charts last 5, last 10, last 20, head to head, or fully on the season. And if you look, their net rating over the last 10 games in the restricted area is still 8th. Now, you might have to go look at the matchups and, maybe, they played some dud-ass teams. I haven't dove into it that far. But shout outs Props.cash for that feature. And the last 10 games, they've still been really strong in the restricted area. I can't speak for everywhere else, but restricted, they've been nice. All right, I'm going to move on. I got the Desmond Bain over leans. Nothing official in this joint, though. Yeah, we played Mitchell over in the last one. Peyton. Yeah, nothing official in this one. Clippers versus Atlanta. I'm asking, I'm waiting, I'm hoping, I'm praying. Please go up one more point. Please go up a point. Mark my words, if this goes to 20.5, it's a super mega nuke max whale bet of the century. You're right. You're right. Last 5 has looked a little worse than the previous 5. I'll give you that. I will give you that. But yeah, no, you're right. Just hoping I get a John Collins under 20.5. 19.5 is right on the line of where I want it to be. Porzingis is out. Okongwu's gone dumb in the games without Porzingis. If anything, I lean over his points, but I really think that this price is pretty fair to what market should be at. Just full honesty. Zubac. Look, if you want a little juice eater into your DraftKings double lay, Zubac's double layup today. He's getting that. He is getting that double, no questions asked. Yeah. DraftKings 257 added into that lay is a little juice eater. Zubac is getting a double. They got the Shaq boost. That last one, they did get smoked in it. Let's see here. Harden. Hawks are 3.5 point favorites at home. Clippers have been just god awful. $34.5 PA line, mostly painted. I guess there are some 35.5 sleeping out there. 25.5 points line, 9.5 assists line. Yeah, they did just drop CP3 today. That is pretty crazy. Apparently, him and the coach weren't getting along. I thought it'd be hilarious if they fired Ty Lue today and hired CP3 as the coach. That shit would be hilarious. Obviously, that's not happening. Shit would be hilarious. Because they're like, what, 3-16 or 5-16? Record's bad. Lean under James Harden points plus assists. Game could stay competitive, so I'm not going to necessarily back it, but lean under James Harden points plus assists. I just want a little better line on John Collins, PRAs under. I don't know if it ever gets better. Yes, it might go 21.5 on FanDuel. They just juiced to the over, so I'm going to wait, hope, and pray that this bad boy goes 21.5. And as soon as it does, I'm going to run that. John Collins, under PR, want 21.5. Please, somebody go push that line up. Somebody go push that line up. Let me see here. Props.cash, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. I know X is acting super funky today. So if you guys are tapping in on X, make sure you jump to the YouTube because, yeah, this shit's not even working on X right now. Yeah, that shit's not working. That's all right. We move. Klingon double lay. Yeah, you could go Klingon Zubox and probably be plus 200. Which was a two leg boost that you had to 2 leg plus 200 you had to be at. Let's talk Jalen Johnson everything. And then we'll talk Kawhi everything. Model likes over rebounds and over assists for Jalen Johnson. We can also look at the RAs. Points, I'm pretty much right with market. Rebound. Damn, that's a crazy price. RA line is 17.5. I make the RAs 18.45. Assists are 7.5, almost plus money. I make 8, however, and then rebounds, I make 10.36. So it's only the 9.5s I see value in. It's definitely a good spot. 2+ is minus 180 though. But I do like it in a ladder or a you could ladder it to 3-4. But I definitely would like it in a builder. I think I got to run it. I think I got to run the RAs over, dog. 17.5. Line's painted. I don't expect it to move. FanDuel just went 21.5 on John Collins PRAs. Hold on. This is what I was waiting for. Hold on. This is what I was waiting for. I need to start. I'm going to add a commercial to this because I need to start about a 2-minute break for me at an hour. Got to get an ad read in or something. Just enough time for me to refill my water, take a piss. 21.5 minus 130. Did my model run yet? Yes, it did. Now let me go here. Let me find the value. Clippers, Collins, PRA 13.3. I'm at 19.25. Everybody run it right now. 130 at FanDuel. Let me get it in before all y'all move this line. Clippers, Hawks. Player combos. Points plus rebounds plus assists. John Collins under. 2 win, 1 unit. Got it. Good deal. Really like that spot. Really like that spot. Let me add it to the banner. John Collins under 21.5 PRAs. Really, really like that spot. Let's keep moving. Dyson Daniels. Yeah, over in 75% without Trey and KP. That's his RA line. Yeah, they struggle versus rebounds and assists as well. Model likes rebounds more. Honestly, Model likes PRAs in general. Dyson Daniels. Yeah, 24.5 painted. Interesting. They're 21st in rebounds allowed. No, they're 21st in assists allowed. Damn, and that one miss was on short minutes. I don't think we get short minutes today. So he's over in basically every fucking game. Versus a team that's not that good. I just think I got to run this. If you have Prize Picks, you should be racing to bet this. If you play on Prize Picks, you should be racing to bet this. If it's 11.5. And the only reason I'm not betting this right now is because everyone's juiced to the under and we might get 11.5 later in the day. Do lean over RA on Dyson, though. Let's just see how that line moves. We just waited on John Collins. It moved the way that we wanted. We'll do the same there. Let's talk about Kawhi Leonard. I think it's about the last star we haven't covered in this game. Only opinion is 8 points over. 39, 30, and 36. This will be his 5th. One, two, three, four, five. This will be his 6th game back from injury. Minutes have been a steady incline. He's coming off of a day's rest. I think we could see a season high in minutes here. Maybe not season high. He had some 37s. 32, 33. The highest he's played lately. As I said, it's a pretty tight 3.5. Oh, wow. And I'm going to have to wait because it looks like FanDuel's going 22.5. ESPN's there. Fanatics is there. Hold on. Let's wait. Kawhi goes to 22.5. We bet it. Kawhi goes to 22.5. We bet it. Right now it's under 23.5 minus 132 at FanDuel. We wait. We're patient. It's going 22 and we're going to bet it. It's going 22 and we're going to bet it. We don't have to rush. This line's moved too far. I'm an idiot for not betting this every day for the past week when my model said, hey, this is a great number. You know, you can't fix stupid sometimes. You know, it's on me. I still make this line 22. Is there a 20 plus for a good price? I love the 20 plus, love the 18 plus in a builder. I think you got a good number on Nickeil Alexander-Walker right now. Donovan Clingan, questionable for today. Donovan Clingan, questionable. Denny Advia, also questionable. Does that affect any of our plays? Powell, no. Mathurin, no. LaMelo, no. Watson, no. Mitchell, no. Collins, no. Good. Chris Murray, hip, questionable. Doesn't really affect us. Robert Williams, ruled out. If he's ruled out, that means he's closer to being ruled in. Okay, that's all we got for the injury news right now. Yes, sir, I got it. Good looks. Appreciate y'all. Man, it's best to just throw them bitches in, and then if I got them, I got them, and if I don't, you're going to save us money potentially. So appreciate that. Yeah, I got it. We're good. We're good. We're good. I like Nikhil 20 plus as like a builder piece. I make it 22.5. Kawhi, I lean over, but I really believe if we wait, we get 22.5 to play on his over. Let's move on to Charlotte versus New York. I did already make a bet in this game. LaMelo Ball under 20.5 points. Looks like there's still some 20.5s out there. Profit X, possibly Caesars, possibly MGM, Fanatics, Prop Builder, ESPN, and FanDuel. Looks like almost everyone's at 18.5. Let me make sure. I might need a refresh. Looks like I need a refresh. Yeah, everybody's bumped since we've been on stream, it looks like, actually. Let's go here. Looks like everybody's bumped since we've been on stream. We might have done that. Oopsie. Still like it in 19.5 low-key. I mean, look at the hit rate. Minutes has still been out. So still absolutely like LaMelo. You could maybe bet the PR to get a little bit more value. That was 25.5. Looks like there's some staggering 25.5s out there. Still like LaMelo under, though, points or PRs. Jokic, we already talked about. Wrong game. Kalkbrenner under. I really don't like it. I really don't have an opinion. Towns rebounds, which is what I should have freaking ran yesterday. This team rebounds the ball well. What are we talking about? 11.5 is fucking crazy. 11.5 is fucking crazy. What are we talking about? One unit, Karl Anthony Towns under 12.5 rebounds. It's a back-to-back. Wait, Mitch might not go. Mitch probably is not going. All right, I'll stay off of it. I still like it, but I'm not going to go until I know what's happening with Mitch. If Mitch Robinson doesn't play, I'll play it at 12. I'll probably even play it at 11. Deuce went a little crazy on them boy last night. 3 big threes. I think they were all in the first quarter, but I could be wrong. First half, maybe. 2 of them. All right. Deuce. Yeah, he had a good game. Missed on Brunson's assist last night. Missed awfully. Doesn't look like I have any opinions on him tonight. Let's go Knicks. So LaMelo obviously points under, lean over his rebounds, under his assists. Miles Bridges. RA under. Yep, I won't run that until I know if LaMelo is going. The good thing about betting on LaMelo, if he doesn't go, we just void. I'll wait on Miles Bridges until I know more about LaMelo. Colin Kneppel. Slight lean to his over points and threes, but it's not enough for me to get there. Slight lean on over points and threes, but it's not enough for me to get there. Brunson, complete opposite of yesterday. Model loves his assists over today. He just had 3 in this same matchup a couple days ago. I'm off of it. Nothing official there. These teams just played each other. What did Towns do in that last matchup? 19 points, 32 minutes, 10 boards, 3 assists. Model loves a PR under. I want to wait on Mitch because his rebounds have been incredibly different base if Mitch does or doesn't go. Same can be said about, appreciate you tapping in. Same can be said about Josh Hart. I'm going to wait and see what happens with Mitch Robinson before I attack Josh Hart, maybe PRA overs. Yeah, so let's just do that. Let's go to the next game, Brooklyn versus Chicago. Let's go points, and then we are going to take a 30-second recess while your boy grabs something to drink. Media assets. And we back. Josh Hart. Yeah, PA can be played without. PA could be played regardless of Mitch, I think. I don't think, maybe some dive shit. But I don't think that'll have a big impact. Let's talk about my numbers, points plus assists. I do have a PA edge over, but I do like the points itself better. Yeah, I would lean over PAs. I'm going to see if Mitch goes, though, because I might go PRAs. I'm going to see if Mitch goes, though, because I might go PRAs. So let's keep it moving. Mikal Bridges, let's talk about it. Points over and a little bit of assists over. How did he do in the previous matchup? Let's talk about Mikal. Oh, my fault. Mikal Bridges. Oh, yeah, him and Miles are playing each other today. Points. He had 18 in the last matchup. What are they versus spot up? Well, I go check that real quick. Props.cash. I love y'all. Can we get this on the mobile or on the desktop? What you just added, especially the play type data, like that would do me wonders. And I go live with your shit every day, so I mean, people would be able to see it. Spot up, they're 9th. I thought they were a little worse than that. That's not bad. Charlotte's defense, they are 27th from above the break, though. Okay. They are 27th from above the break. How many threes did he hit in the last game? Damn, he went over that joint. He didn't even make a three on one attempt. So the volume must have been good, really good. Let me click on that game and see who was out. Head-to-head, Charlotte. Brunson had 33. Hart had 22. Towns had 19. Miles McBride had 19. Mikal had 18. Damn, they were balling. 129 points was put up in that game. Damn, I do lean over Bridges' points here. Miles. Lean under Mikal Bridges RAs, but you got to wait. You can't play that until you know about LaMelo. It's like the market's trying to squeeze up on here. Lean over. I'm not going to make it official. Definitely like the Mikal Bridges over, though. I wanted to check something else real quick. Okay, still no movements on Kawhi. Let me check something else real quick. Still no movements on Franz. John Collins, we already played. Kawhi, I'm still waiting for. Okay, moving on to the next game. Brooklyn versus Chicago. Let's see the injury news. Got a lot of blitz out of Chicago. Smith, Williams, Phillips. Collins could be back. All game time decisions. Okoro. I mean, Chicago has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players questionable in this one. Honestly, some MPJ overs. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr., he struggled, I guess, in his last – no, he had 35 in his last matchup. Versus Chicago, hasn't played him this season. Yeah, Kneppel is banned, dog. Hopping back in late, is it still playable? Damn, did it move? That's PRAs you're looking at, right? Not PAs? I wrote down PRAs, right? Do I have PRAs in the banner? Okay, I do, yeah. Is it still playable? Yes. Damn it. It did move again. Yeah. Still playable. I really like it at 21.5, but it's still playable. And it's super juiced to the over, so I don't know. It still could come back to 21.5 again. I'm not sure. We honestly might have been the reason that moved. But yeah, still playable. Let me talk about my Brooklyn stuff. Brooklyn, Michael Porter Jr. I make it 28. You almost got to go. I think this game should be competitive with all the injuries on the Chicago side of the ball. It's 7. I mean, they could get blown out, but volume should be there. Let's go volume last 5. 11 threes last game attempted. 24 field goal attempts. I mean, I really do think we're in a position where he's at least 15 plus. It's a 67% hit rate on the season, averaging 25.6. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Porter. #20th versus spot up. 14th off the screen, 20th off the handoff. He's not doing a lot of like pick and roll shit. They're normally scheming him open on a jumper. I really like this. Still looks okay in the losses of 10 plus. I mean, that's definitely possible, but I don't think we see that like 15, 20 plus, which leads to a lot, like a big reduction in minutes. So let's go here, but then still 30. Looks good in each of the last 3. Versus a team that's pretty shitty versus spot-up shooting. I know this is most of the season, but let's just add that for good reference. The only thing that I don't like is like the blowout potential. It's only a 7.5 point spread. What did I say they were from above the break? Because I know he's getting a bunch of his points from above the break. 45%. They're 6th. But they're not that good versus spot up. Kind of a weird spot. I'll leave Michael Porter Jr.'s overs as a lean right now. I do lean over, though. Not really waiting on line movement, just a little afraid to play it. I think it's another good triple-double spot. Gone a couple games without it. It's recorded one in their last win. Interesting. Yeah, I love him 20 plus in a builder, bro. I love him 20 plus in a builder. What's the double price? Minus 275. Again, I do really like the double in the Shaq boost, because then you're going to get a 50% boost on top of these. So, like, if you put him, Vooch, and Klingon's now questionable. Yeah, I don't know who my third would be. Maybe Jalen Johnson. You put those three together, you got to be at like plus 200. Then you can boost it. I think you really get value there. Just like John said, I love MPJ in a 20-plus builder. Outside of that, I'm not seeing anything official in this game. Detroit, Milwaukee, I do believe Giannis is probable. Gary Harris, Gary Harris, but also Kevin Porter Jr. are game-time decisions. Kevin Porter Jr. His points lines up. His threes lines up. We just laid plus money. Now it's minus 140. I still like the over, but I think it's closer to the correct number. What do we think about Jalen Duran in this game? First, let's talk about Cade. Lean over Cade's points and rebounds, and then slightly under his assists, especially the 9.5s. I know they had to play this season. 29 in the first matchup, 8 boards, 10 assists. Incredibly high usage. Model numbers for points are 29 exactly on a 27.5 line. And then I'm at 7.7 rebounds. We can run an over 5.5. It's a juicy 5.5. Looks like 135 is out there some places. So is there a nice PR line for us? $33.5 painted across the market. I like Cade PR's over. I think it's going to be a competitive game. Jokic, JJ, Giddey, triple-double lotto. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm going to come back to this one. I've been riding it for quite a while. Giannis under 10.5 boards. Oh, yeah. And Detroit rebounds really well. He didn't play in the previous matchup. Yeah, they collapsed the paint versus him. I like the RAs, but not this matchup. It very, 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 very much reminds me of the Charlotte game where we did this same thing, ran the RAs, and it sold. So we're going to run just rebounds under. Looks like we're back up on Twitter. Nice. Well, the stupid thing is I guess 10.5 even money at Caesars is what I'll play. There's an 11.5, 140 at MGM. Which I know where that's going. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to track it versus the 10.5 at Caesars. Yeah, I do like the Giannis under. There's an 11.5, 140 out there at MGM. Yeah, I like the Giannis under his boards. Okay, moving on. Let's just go through. I'm going to go through every player in the model. Yeah, Cade PR overs, but I just can't get myself to run it. We'll talk about a Jalen Duran over his points. That one seems to make a lot of sense to me. Bad sign is I lean over like fucking everything for Detroit. That's not a good sign because you can't bet everything. Jalen Duran had 19 in the last matchup. Only thing that would worry me is foul trouble. We'll come back to Duran. I might run that. Which do I like better, Caesars, the Caesars or MGM? So I have MGM has a boost right now. And it depends. You got to have somebody with a good account, but there'll be a boost I can get where I can get that minus 140 on MGM down to like 120, maybe even better. So I'm going to run it there, but I'll track it versus Caesars. So I like the MGM better if you can get the boost. And if you're running it straight, Caesars at even money, probably the better play, Loki. Jalen Duran. Yeah, I lean over PRs for Duran. I think I saw Giannis was probable. Let me confirm. Mitchell Robinson listed out. Glad I did not touch anything on Towns. Glad I did not touch anything on Towns. Nembhard, I definitely like the assists in Washington. Yeah, I actually have PJ projected at 9.5 rebounds. So I definitely would lean over there with you. Let me see Giannis news. Giannis is probable, but KPJ is questionable. All right. By the eye test, I would lean under, but model leans over Miles Turner's assists. I think without Giannis, though, that line's just a wee bit too high, 12.5, in my opinion. Giannis, 30.7 points. Yeah, under his rebounds, lean under his assists as well, but I think they could blitz him. So did I add that to the banner? Giannis under, yeah, okay. Azor Thomas, model likes his overboards. Let me just see if Giannis plays before that joint, though. Only had 2 in the last game. So, it's going to be very dependent for me on if Giannis plays, who is probable. Tobias Harris, model likes points, rebounds, and assists over. That assist number is not where I want it to be. Points would be the closest I come. Lean over, especially these 12.5s. Lean over the 12.5 points for Tobias. Only 23 minutes in that last game, though, so nothing official here either. Turner under rebounds. He actually looked really good beginning of the season with Giannis. Like, he was cashing the fuck out of it. Last 3 have not looked good. Also been reduced minutes, though. So I will probably stay off of that one. Just stay off of it completely, in my opinion. Moving on to Sacramento versus Houston. The spread in this game is probably disgusting. 15.5. I really don't bet these. We can talk about them. I don't bet 15-point spreads that we talked about it. Miami versus Dallas. This one is going to be like, is Anthony Davis playing for sure, for sure? Do you trust that Anthony Davis is playing for sure, for sure? Because without Anthony Davis, I'll run a Bam over. If there's no AD, I'll run a Bam over. Sorry, hold on. If there's no AD, I'll run a Bam over. If AD does play, I'm a little less tempted, be honest with you. I'm a little less tempted. Obviously, a much different defensive matchup. We've got Gafford questionable, Washington questionable, Palileo, and Norman Powell. Did I add Powell? Because I did run Powell over. Yeah, I've got Powell on here. Ran the Powell 20-plus in this game. Already ran that. I've got a write-up that I'm going to post as soon as stream is over. X is really bugging out too. So ran that. Bam, I want to wait on. Khalil Ware, again, I think I'd want to wait on Davis and Gafford and kind of know who's playing. I think Khalil Ware double-double could be really valuable. Nembhard, 5+ assists. I like it. He's going to get big minutes tonight, so I definitely wouldn't talk you off for the 5+. AD, if he goes, like, he looked incredible 2 nights ago. I would probably lean over PRs. I think he's trying to prove he's worth that contract, and hopefully a contender reaches out. You know, he does. I don't think he wants to be in Dallas any longer. PJ, love the 5+ rebounds as a builder. Clay has played much better recently. Actually, I like his 3 volume. It might be my first bet on Klay Thompson of the season. Miami's just, they got so much pace, right? One second here. One second here. I do believe I'm running this as well. I can't believe I'm betting on Klay Thompson in 2025. That's crazy. What's the spread in this game? Miami, Dallas. Is this one going to be, if AD plays, it should be kind of competitive. Last game on the slate. Player threes. 3 plus 113. All right, I bet that shit. Just bet it at Rivers. Can't believe we're betting on Klay Thompson in the big 2025. Can't believe we just bet on Klay Thompson in the big 2025. Projections for Klay. Very last team. Ever since he moved off the bench, his volume's gone up. 3.24. Okay, we like that spot for Klay Thompson tonight. What about a Max Christie's threes as well? Hold on, let's make sure there's nothing else. I really like Heroes overs as well, but I just have more data on Powell, so that's why I went Powell. But I like Hero as well, and then Christie. I do like the 3 threes. 2+ could be a lay piece there as well. You could put that into a builder. I think it's going to call it, though. That's the whole slate. Now, is there anything y'all want me to go back and look at? We've got a lot of, kind of a lot of plays, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays today. Let's make sure that's what I got on the banner as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing one. We've got Powell 20+. We've got LaMelo under there. We got LaMelo. We got Benedict Mathurin. We got Donovan Mitchell. John Collins, Giannis, Klay Thompson. Oh, the one I just played. Can we look at Colin Sexton's points? Maybe 12+ paired with MPJ 20. Well, I really like Sexton if for any reason LaMelo doesn't go. I really like, yeah, John, I love that in a builder. I'll check out 2 different spots. Whether you ran that at DK or FanDuel, I really like that builder. Yeah, no complaints there. I really like Colin Sexton to get 12. Hit rate's crazy this season. 85%. Probably 100 without LaMelo. Yeah. Really like that, Michael Porter. $20 ball. And then if you look at, I guess there's always a blowout risk, but $20 ball, 71% hit rate. Yeah, I definitely like both of those. Giannis's rebound is questionable. You mean if you question the pick, don't know what to tell you. Let's show you here. I don't know what to tell you. Under an 8 of his last 10. Ninth in total rebounds allowed. This one feels like a layup to me. Whether it is 10.5 or 11.5, Giannis feels like a layup to me. All right, I think I'm going to call it there. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Any other requests, put them in there. If not, I'm going to recap. I'm going to check 2 things to see if they moved that we looked at pre-stream. Kawhi still hasn't moved. Oh, Rivers has. Let's wait for FanDuel, though. I think they're coming. So be ready. I'm going to release Kawhi when it's widely available. Not yet. And then I wanted to see if Fran's PA's bumped up. Not yet. Okay, so Kawhi is very close. John Collins, we already played. Okay, We're good. All right, I'm going to recap everything real quick. I do plan on adding Kawhi Leonard as soon as the rest of the market comes down to 22.5. I'm going to play the reverse line movement and play the over 22.5 as soon as it drops. If you do have like an ESPN, a Bet Rivers, or a Fanatics, you can get that price now. I'm going to wait, release it when FanDuel gets there, if they get there. And then if not, I'll probably still run it myself at Rivers, but I just won't play that against my tracked record because I like things to be fairly available. All right, let's recap everything real quick. Norman Powell, 20-plus points. Benedict Mathurin, under 20.5 points. LaMelo Ball, under 20.5 points. Peyton Watson, over 13.5 points. Donovan Mitchell, over 28.5 points. John Collins, under 21.5 PRAs. Giannis Antetokounmpo, under 10.5 rebounds. And Klay Thompson, 3+ three-pointers made. Not playing it yet, but I do plan to play it later. Yes, sir. Let's make this money. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.